attacks, which occurred 22 years ago on September 11, 2001. We would like to extend our thanks and appreciation to our city representatives, district leaders, dignitaries, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, veterans, service members, educational staff, and students. At this time, please focus your attention to the Honor Guard flag detail. When recognizing the United States flag, it is appropriate for veterans and service members to salute the flag. The civilian should place the right hand over their heart. At this time, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the National Anthem by Royal High School's Highland Harmonics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
On a clear sunny day in September 2001, Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 passenger planes and carried out coordinated suicide attacks against the World Trade Center in New York City and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., killing everyone on board the planes and nearly 3,000 people on the ground. The 4th plane crashed into a Pennsylvania field, killing all on board after passengers and crew successfully wrestled control away from the hijackers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to take a moment to remember those who lost their lives 22 years ago. At 8:46 a.m., we remember the 92 souls lost on American Airlines Flight 11 that crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. At 9:03 a.m., we remember the 65 souls lost as hijackers crashed United Airlines Flight 175 into the World Trade Center's South Tower. At 9:37 a.m., we remember as hijackers aboard Flight 77 crashed into the western facade of the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., killing 59 on board the plane and 125 military and civilian personnel inside the building. At 10:07 a.m., after passengers and crew aboard hijacked Flight 93 learned about attacks in New York City and Washington, they mounted a courageous attempt to retake the plane. In response, hijackers deliberately crashed the plane into a field in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. We remember those 40 brave passengers and crew that prevented the hijackers from hitting their final target. And at 10:28 a.m., as the North and South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed within 29 minutes of each other, we remember the 2,749 fallen in New York City. The attacks of September 11, 2001 were by far the deadliest terrorist attacks in the world, and the most devastating foreign attack on American soil since the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. When the atrocities of September 11th had drawn to an end, America had lost nearly 3,000 men and women who started their day like any other. Later that evening, President Bush addressed the nation and declared that America, its friends, and allies would stand together to win the war against terrorism. In the ceremony later at the Pentagon, he stated, "One of the worst days in America's history saw some of the bravest acts in America's history. We will always honor the heroes of 9/11, and here today we pledge that we will never forget their sacrifice." Lastly, we remember the nearly 7,000 American soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who've lost their lives while leading the charge in defending freedom for the defense of their nation and the global war on terror. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will take a moment of silence to remember our fallen. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been the honor of AFJROTC in the City 2422 and Royal High School to recognize and remember those who lost their lives in the anniversary of our memorial business transaction. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. We know that you share a solemn commitment to continue serving as citizens and patriots of this great city, state, and nation.